You just earned yourself a detention, sir.
Me with you is already one big detention.
Son of a...
Sir, I don't understand.
That's glaringly apparent.
I can't fail this class.
Oh, don't sell yourself short, Mr. Coates. I truly believe that you can.
Every year at Barton Academy, students, faculty, and staff depart the campus for a 2-week winter break. But there are always an unfortunate few who have nowhere to go for the holidays. They're known as the Holdovers.
Mr. Hunnam.
Hello, Mary.
I heard you got stuck with babysitting duty this year. How'd you manage that?
You know, he used to be a student, right? Yeah, that's why he knows how to inflict maximum pain on us.
I thought all the Nazis were hiding in Argentina.
Stifle it, Tully.
You just earned yourself a detention, sir.
Being here with you is already one big detention.
Son of a bitch, that's another detention! Do you think I want to be babysitting you? No, I was praying your mother would pick up the phone or your father would arrive in a helicopter or a flying saucer.
My father's
to take you
dead.
You don't tell a boy that's been left behind at Christmas that nobody wants him? What's wrong with you?
There's nobody here, okay? You stay out of my way, and I'll stay out of yours.
Let me sleep in the
Now, most of the kids dislike you, pretty much hate you. Teachers, too. You know that, right?
I find the world a bitter and complicated place, and it seems to feel the same way about me. I think you and I have this in common.
I don't think I've ever had a real family Christmas like this before.
Thank you, Mary.
You're welcome.
History is not simply the study of the past, it is an explanation of the present.
See, when you say it that way and throw in some pornography, it's a lot easier to understand.
I'd like to propose a toast to my 2 unlikely companions.
Are you trying to look down my shirt?
No.
Yes.
You're gonna get me fired.
This is your Rubicon.
Do not cross
The Rubicon.
The Holdovers.
What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Classic Chronicles. I hope everybody enjoyed yesterday's episode where I talked about Five Nights at Freddy's. If you haven't checked that out, please do. But for today's episode, I'm going to keep the movie talk going, and we're going to talk about a movie called The Holdovers. Now, you may or may not have seen the trailer for this, but if you didn't, I'm going to talk all about it. So the whole Holdovers centers around a history teacher at a New England prep school who is forced to stay over the Christmas break to watch a bunch of students who couldn't go home for the Christmas break. So basically, this is a sleep-in school, and every holiday the students get to go home and see their families or whatever the case may be. But for those who are unable to, a teacher has to stay over and watch them, essentially babysit them over that break. And in this case, it's the Christmas break. So the teacher is played by Paul Giamatti. It starts out with 4 students, but it whittles down. It only centers on Paul Giamatti's character, Mr. Paul Hunnam, and the student played by Dominic Sensa. His character Angus. He comes from a he doesn't come from a rich family because his mom marries somebody that's rich, so I guess he's kind of born into kind of given wealth by default. But anyway, man, no, he's very very troubled but very smart at the same time. And this movie follows the misadventures of Mr. Professor Hunnam and Mr. Hunnam and Angus, essentially. And there is a great supporting cast. You have the cook, Mary, the head of the cafeteria staff, Mary. You have another teacher there, Miss Lydia Crane. You meet Angus's mother and stepfather, and that whole situation there. This basically is a film where you see the human side of people outside of their environment. So what I mean by that is you see the human side of teachers outside of school, and teachers don't really get to see like the human side of students outside of school. They don't really talk to each other about what they're going through and stuff like that, unless you have like a really really good bond with that teacher. If that dynamic exists. I mean, I've been on both ends of the spectrum where I've had teachers where I love, and I love going to their class, and they made whatever the subject was fun. But I've also been on the other side where I've had teachers where if like you couldn't care less whether you see them again after that subject that they're teaching is over, and that is few and far between in my academic career. But yeah, so this movie kind of explores all of that, and it's very very funny but heartwarming. I mean, the supporting cast, Mary, the cook at the cafeteria, she has a lot of stuff going on. The death of her son, she's kind of dealing with that, and still reeling from it. And just Miss Lydia Crane, who you'll see the dynamic between Mr. Hunnam and Lydia as the movie progresses, and all of that good stuff. I don't want to go too much into spoilers, but and then Angus's family dynamic, and you'll understand what happened to his father and everything. And it's just very heartwarming, very touching, but also very very funny. I found myself laughing at plenty of times during the film. Because of Paul Giamatti's quick and witty responses to whether it be to one of his students or one of the supporting characters. I loved every single bit of it, yeah. Like I said, I cannot put this film over enough. I believe it's only playing in New York and LA right now, but it is going to be everywhere November 10th. So if you do get a chance to see The Holdovers, definitely check it out. You will not be disappointed. It is a great, great film. And I loved it. And I'm definitely going to go see it again sometime in the very, very near future. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode of the Klassic Khronicles. Like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to hit that notification button so you don't miss a video. And I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.